Nikki, you're not the first one today, by the way. Just so happens somebody beat you to it. Nikki says, Hi, Mehran. I'm studying for midterm. Tomorrow morning is the exam. Ah, great. You'll do great. I wish I had time to attend the chat tonight. We'll catch you soon. Have a wonderful night. For sure, dear. You'll do great. Just make sure you get enough sleep, and you will. Stop studying when you had enough, and get up early. No rush. Go where you gotta go. If it's online, then better. Then relax and do your best, and don't worry about anything. You'll do great. Yeah, you know who that was, who beat you to it today? Moi. That was me. I was earlier than all of you. I was here with my tea, and nobody was here. So you go ahead, and good luck, and I'm sure you'll do great. Enjoy it. Enjoy the exam. Enjoy it. You're the boss of the exam, not the exam. You'll do great. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll take a nap. You're still here? Get out of here. Go do your stuff. Enjoy resting if you have to do anything other than standing. Says, I'm old faithful. Yeah, I know you are. I'm grateful to that. I'll always support your channel. Thank you, dear, so much. Says, thanks, Mehran. Catch you soon. Yes, yes. I look forward to it. Oh, yes. This is good. Nice. Oh, my God. Stephen, how are you? So what's been happening? I'm kind of winding down. I've been all day. I've been doing trimming and editing the videos. I just stopped about maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes before 8 o'clock, and I'm yawning all the time. I think I didn't have enough sleep. I think I did have enough sleep, but somehow been like that all day. And now Nikki was here. She's gone back to study for her exam tomorrow. And I was just dozing off a little bit with my wonderfully aromatic and relaxing, cozy tea. I changed this tonight to organic peppermint from Taylor's of Harrogate. So I felt like something different than chamomile, and this is just perfect. Hmm. Their peppermint is also their chamomile is amazingly um, cultured, well textured and smooth and silky, and yet as full. You can leave it a little bit longer and it will be even stronger. This is very good. Steven says, I'm doing very well. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. You must be tired. I don't know. I'm always looking forward to my evening walk, but I don't know. Oh, I'm yawning, and that's because I've been sitting doing stuff, and I don't know. And Gerald says, I'm back. How are you? Hello, Gerald. What happened to protocol, gender, age, and where you're tuning in from? Remind us, Gerald. You haven't been around for a while, have you? Steven says, I'm going to go to Whole Foods this week and look for the tea that you drink. Yeah, if you like chamomile, you might not like it. Listen, I'm not like the average Joe. There are some weird things about me, so I may like things that I enjoy it, and that enjoyment may make you think it's delicious, but you may not be. But if you like peppermint, Taylor's got the right one, and this is the color of the box and package. And if you like chamomile, there it is. And they've got a bunch of different kinds, but these are the two that I'm using most time. And Elvis says, guess who's in the building? Yeah. In fact, when I was trimming the videos today, I think your question was there. And I don't remember if I had a trim cut from your question or I just made a comment. And anyhow, so you were also in the building today. So don't forget the protocol. Like as I said to Gerald, age, gender, where are you guys tuning in from? Hit the spot. Just what I needed. Ah, yeah. It's really good. Let me refresh the page and see how many people we have here. It's only about 3, I guess. Oh, there's 6 of us. 6 of us and 2 likes. Aren't you guys ashamed of yourself? Get on with it. Push the click button. What is it? Like button. And subscribe if you haven't. Steven says, I won't get into the protest like I did last night, but it's getting crazy out here. Well, I was meaning to check out the news, but believe me, I haven't even had the chance because it's so addictive when you do your channel. You kind of feel an urgency that everybody should be able to get help or what they want. So I see a question here. Maybe many people are looking for that question that hits the target for them. So it's like one after the other, and I never got to check the news and things. So yeah, what's going on? It's been crazy here. I hear sirens non-stop, helicopters constantly circling around, plus explosions going off. Really? I guess they're fireworks. Yeah, probably fireworks. Yeah. You really don't. I don't think you guys would ever get to what I experienced when I was back in Iran in 1979. You want to talk helicopters? You want to talk stuff? This is probably going to stop soon. So it's unfortunate, and I'm sure it'll all be okay again, minus the fact that gentleman Floyd lost his life for nothing by brute behavior of a rogue police officer. But there's no but. I just hope that things wouldn't have gone the way it has. And Steven says you need an assistant to help you over there. Actually, what I really need is to figure out what I need to do to get the channel noticed. I even done the regular, commercial thing, the 2-minute thing that I've put on YouTube. And each click, like you have a daily budget, like let's say $10 a day. And then in that budget, you choose the monetary value of every click. And it was 10 cents, so upped it up to 50 cents to get onto a more popular channels. And I still don't see any. I don't know if anybody has seen my ad at all. I see it's adding up numbers on it, but I don't see any change to my, and it's been a month. So I think I'm going to stop and save myself, $300. I just got to figure out what gives. I don't notice it. One of the videos that I uploaded, the one that is 1 minute and 21 seconds, which I really don't know how I was able to do a 1 minute and 21 second respond to a question, but it's actually picking up. I mean, for me, it's a very slow move when I put a video up, because I guess nobody even gets a notification that there's a new video on. But even so, this is somehow when people don't have an issue in their breakups or in their lives, or at least they don't think they do, or they don't know their solutions are available here beyond breakup and things like that, they won't check the channel, or they don't click on the bell to be notified when there's a new video on. But that thing since yesterday was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, it's now up to 224 viewers, which, in regular real channels that have been noticed and recognized, is like goes thousands. Even some new channels with the contents that I actually watched one of them, I couldn't understand. The content was long and boring, and much more boring than mine, and not to the point, and really nothing pretty much to say as far as solution at all. But within a few days, you had like 4,000 viewers. I just, beyond me. Elvis says, Male 28, Texas. Howdy, Elvis. Thank you for that. And Masun Salsa says, how do I get rid of my HOCD? Masun, because tonight I'm kind of wind down, and I won't even, have that proper energy to explain, because there's so much to explain. So that's why I suggest to you, seriously, very seriously, go to my playlist, Intrusive, Transient, OCD, HOCD, Negative Thought. That's a playlist name. Watch 20 videos in there. They're like 40, 50 videos, but 20 of them are numbered. Like it says number 1, number 2, number 3. Those 20 videos are what you need to know. And that's going to help you tremendously. And then underneath each one of those 20 videos, in the description part, I have the link for researchers, scientists with their work and presentations, which you can watch it. I highly recommend Dr. Schwartz's work, which are right there in the link in the description part of my video, and the links are there. I've used some of his relevant portions to my presentations, and of course there are things that I talk about which the scientists and researchers, that's not their forte. So the combination of the two, which I put them all together, use their insight and research, And I believe there's so much amazing information that enlightens you and helps you to recognize how to move on from that nonsense and lets you know what's happening. Roller Girl says, "Hi, Crystal here." Ooh, you divulged your name, did you now? What went on? What happened? You forgot that you're incognito. Says Crystal here. Almost 55, Las Vegas. Hello, Crystal. Good of you to see you back here. Steven says, I think your channel is growing, but slowly. Oh, yeah, slow is the name. This is the middle name of the channel. I should say, a mind that seeks slow truth. And Roller Girl says, liked. Oh, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Zadkiel. You know, Zadkiel, I'm tempted to always say tzatziki. The Greek food. Tzatziki says, because it's kind of the reading of it is kind of sounds like, you're growing for sure. I can tell by the viewers in the stream lately. But you know, the stream sometimes at 33, sometimes at 20, sometimes it's now, but it's still even that, 20. It's supposed to be 2,000, at least, for the kind of content that we have. Elvis says, don't take it the wrong way, but I think your audience is temporary, consists of people who are undergoing breakup. Yeah. No, I don't take it the wrong way. That's absolutely the way it is. It is. But you see, although the audience are temporary, but this includes the topics that we discussed, but includes every single human being on earth. At least a big percentage of them. At times, they're going through these challenges. The challenge is not, the problem is not that the audience are temporary. The challenge is we're the ones who are actually in that loop. They can't find my channel. Because if the channel was presented properly, like it was notifying people, or it had presence, had enough, focus on it somehow through the system, or however it was found, it was visible, then we would be very busy. Because the number of the people who are in need of this content are there. Yes, the ones who are, they pass their problems, they're not there, but there's always going to be all kinds. I mean, we haven't even touched this. There are 1 billion people at a time are going through these kind of problems. One in every 5 or 7. So we had 1 billion people, or at least, 500 million people, but we don't get any of them because we're not visible. But you're absolutely accurate. No, there's nothing wrong with it. And Steven says, lol. All right, that sounds good. Tzatziki says, you can say tzatziki if you want. Yeah, it's easy because, goddammit, every time I want to say your name, I got to read Zadkiel. Tzatziki, it's easy. Especially I've been doing editing and I've been cutting all the dead spaces. So I'm now used to kind of finding faster way of kind of cutting through the thing. And Steven says, I feel good and have moved on. I still enjoy listening to it. Yes, thank you very much. And you should. Otherwise, you know what? If I see you guys, you getting over your problems and then not showing up, and our audience goes down, you're going to be hearing from my little friend. All right. see. And Zedkiel says Zedkiel is the archangel of freedom, benevolence, of mercy. All right. Archangel. Archangel is an angel of high rank. The word archangel itself is usually associated with the Abrahamic religions, but beings that are very similar to archangels are found in a number of religious traditions. The English word archangel is derived from the Greek, which I can't read it, but say archangel. So we say something. And thank you for that, Satsiki. After all that, still back to Satsiki. Stephen says, I've been keeping myself busy with projects I have, and my order has changed. Good for you. Plus, I've been getting a lot of attention from higher quality women. Since you feel higher quality, you will attract higher quality because you expect that. And you won't be gravitating towards them because you have created a certain kind of expectations inwardly, and that is leading you towards or away from. Getting a lot of attention from higher quality women than the previous ones. I feel new and improved. Good for you. Delighted to hear that. And SM says, hello, Mehran. Stopping by to click like. Thank you very much for that. I certainly appreciate it. SM and Satsiki smiles. There we go. All right, let me refresh, see what's happening here. I just don't know what the glitch is here, that it doesn't refresh. I think there are 10 of us here, 6 likes. Be ashamed of yourself, guys. The ones who haven't liked, go for it. That's actually the cover charge. Like, subscribe, you're welcome. You don't, you get a visit from my little friend. So, go for it. I'm in a mellow mood. I'm having my tea, and so what was I guys saying? I guess we now have a discussion title that appeals to enough people, and it, without being too long, it also gives an idea that this is not just about breakup, but it's got a few other components that we talk about. Breakup, OCD, HOCD, intrusive thoughts. I would have liked to put the psyche in there, but life in there, but nah, it's enough. So Steven says, yeah, I had a huge audience last night. I liked. Oh, you had a huge. Did I? I never knew because it doesn't update. I have to keep refreshing. By the time I refreshed is when I finished talking, and when I refreshed, I guess maybe they all left. Oh, guess who's here? Another Texan, David. David, hello, he says, mail $25. Then you have a, you have Elvis here from Texas. Mail 28, Texas. David, mail $25. Well, it looks to me that at nights we're not that bombarded with questions, which is good. It's just like a social gathering, and I can just chill with you guys. It shows 14. Steven says, ah, really? That's cool. David says, ah, oh, this town ain't big enough for for the two of us. That's right, Elvis. David, get ready to draw. You know, Western movies used to be so popular for a long time. Somehow they're not around anymore. Like, you don't see any new productions and new movies. While it has its own real atmosphere of taking you, escaping to that era, it's no longer being produced. I mean, they might have considered it as violent because of the drawing and killing and all that, but then they went for, huge guns and much more violent movies while we're trying to kind of stamp the old Western movies as violent. And Elvis says, don't worry, my ex-wife effed things so much up that I will have to leave this country. Well, come over to Canada. We take we take we take the Americans who wanna take a break. And Roller Girl says, tell us about you, Mehran, and your growing up, please. Is that what you guys want to hear? There's really not much. Gerald says 53, make it make in San Francisco. Oh, made in San 53 male. Oh, that's supposed to be male, but it came to make. Male in San Francisco. My girlfriend broke up with me 2 months ago, and I'm having a hard time to move on. Aha. Well, join the club. Everybody has a hard time to move on, but the key is not necessarily forcing yourself to think that moving on is something that should happen and completely forget. And it just means to manage what you're going through. And that managing would set the road for you to simply, what is the word? Trans something. What's the word? I missed it. Anyhow, to be able to stage, clear the path for you to what's the word? Transition. So you can transition to the newer order, newer routines, and while you manage the breakup, you understand the role of your psyche in the way you feel and act and react. When you understand the role of psyche, when you understand why you feel the way you do, when you actually stop looking at it as a mystery or as a deity or as a need to survive, as if you have lost a solution to your life, when you stop looking at it that way and see the actuality of it, that there was a human entity, a biological entity, that for reasons of acquaintance and company and having been used to and pleasure and intimacy, which attends to your biological needs and emotional needs, has simply come to its maturity, its duration. But the whole concept of your need and pleasures that you enjoy and that experience of companionship, that whole concept has not left you. That particular fragment, that particular exercise, experience with that particular person has come to fruition, has come to an end of its duration, as everything physical has a duration. And this too, in the whole bigger picture that everything has a duration, this duration also has come to an end. But the concept is still alive. In other words, you can create that whole amazing experience, if not even better, with a new vehicle, with a new engagement, with a new experience and relationship. Simple. And with a better understanding of your own psyche through this experience, if you take the time, and through the videos that is available to you here, over 1,700 standalone videos and about 22,000 questions that I've answered in live streams like this, 500 of them, and 20, 30 questions each of these live streams. So we got like 23, 24,000 instances and questions of having to do with thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, order, mechanical process, pleasure, things to do with the psyche, plus thousands of questions regarding breakups, how to move on, how to understand it, and why we feel the way we do, and all that. It's here. So through that, you will get yourself the knowledge that you need, and you realize that life is alive. Nothing really has been devastating has happened. Only the fact that you look at it from the angle that this must be a devastation, then you feel it is. But in fact, you haven't lost anything that you would not be able to enjoy what you've been enjoying, but in a different scenario with different cast. Simple. And of course, I understand it has emotional challenges, but that, whether you want it or not, will leave you, will dissipate, because that's how we are put together. Human being is put together in a way that we will forget such incidents of hardship. And eventually we go about finding new, starting new. So that will be taken care of by itself. But in the meantime, try to learn about your psyche. Understand what's happening with you. And they're all explained here. Just go through playlists or go through individual videos. Just put the one word about how you feel, what your dilemma or question may be. One word that describes that in the search engine of my channel, and there's bound to be a bunch of videos on it. Read the titles, see what kind of fancy you fancy, and then go through it, and you'll be fine. You'll be perfectly fine. And Sagota says, male 31 India, hello, woke up and listening, watching you, wish you well, and thank you very much, Sagota, and appreciate it. Have a wonderful day as well. Gerald says, I feel very lonely. Yes, just that word lonely, if you just put that on my search engine, you will see a number of videos about that very subject. Lonely, alone, either one or both of them. Just individually put those words in there. But you're not alone. You're just going through a experience, pretty much. That's the extent of it. But to you, it looks very amazingly devastating. Why? Because it's totally different than what you've been accustomed to, used to, the routine, the order, the discipline of your life. That has been changed, and that is what actually makes you feel uncomfortable, unsettled. And that's why you keep going to the memory and looking for that discipline, a certain kind of an order where your mind can find its security. Because mind, unlike the body, doesn't find its security in physical existence. It's looking for a routine of things. It's looking for discipline. It's looking for a order of things, how things were during the day. That's where the mind finds its security. And because it's not there, it's broken, because that order was made between you and her, both of you doing certain things, and through doing those certain things have created a certain order, certain discipline, certain routine. And since that routine doesn't exist, it's not functioning as it used to, because she's no longer in there, it still wants a place to find its security. So what it does, it knows it's all in the memory. It goes in the memory, finds the things that were happening in your relationship. In that memory, it finds the order because everything is recorded, and it stays in there. While it's staying there, it keeps seeing your ex, and then it thinks, "Oh, it's the ex I'm missing." Yeah, the ex is missing a little bit, of course, but it's the order that has been upside down. And that's why it keeps going and lingering in the memory, doesn't want to come up. That's why you keep remembering her. So create new order by doing new things that you like, new mechanical process, new stuff that you do, and those new stuff will lead into new discipline, new routine. A new routine will bring new order, and the mind finds its security in the new order, no longer need to go into the memory. And when it doesn't go into memory, it helps to start moving away, moving on from the girlfriend, the ex. So that's the mechanism of it in short. But still go in there and watch those videos. You've got time, and I've already done them. So get a cup of tea and enjoy what it says. David says, "Good night, Mehran. It's time for this cowboy to put up the spurs for the day." Yeah, that's right. Go for it. Enjoy. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you guys later. So it's 40 minutes in. It looks like we have answered all the questions. We don't have anything else here. And unless there is anything, I'll just finish my tea and then we'll just wrap it up. Gerald says, "Thank you. You're welcome." Gerald says, "When do you have love streams?" Well, we don't have love streams, but I know what you want to say, live streams. Well, well, we are not into that. We're not offering such services, but we I have two live streams, 1 p.m. Vancouver time and 8 p.m., which is right now, pretty much, or an hour ago, Vancouver time, which is the same time zone as California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and so on. Lily says, 22 female Georgia. Hello, Lily. How have you been, dear? Lily says, "Lol, you have a dating site?" No, actually, Gerald made a typo. It says, "When do you have live streams?" But it came out, "When do you have love streams?" So I was just having fun with it. So how come you're late, Lily? We're just about to wrap it up. What happened to you then? Don't tell me you're coming back from work. Nobody's working. And what happened to you? Oh, yeah, there it is, Georgia. Sorry about that. My bad. All right. Looks like that we are done for the evening. I'll give it another few minutes and then we'll wrap it up. Elvis is in the building. Elvis says, should I confront a guy who is intentionally messing up married couples, or should I just divorce my wife for giving in and cheating? Listen, there's so many snakes in the field. You can't get rid of snakes, but you can move yourself out of the field where the snakes are. And in this case, I don't mean you. It's up to her and her responsibility to behave in a manner which is becoming of being in a relationship. You can't keep going around and try to, swat the flies. It's her own responsibility to swat the flies, so you can do your own thing and she can do her own thing and, have a life. But you can't be going around keep pushing people away because she's incapable of decency and ability to be strong to not need the attention of every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes along. That's her problem. Guys out there are mostly, who are hitting on other people's women when they are clearly in a committed relationship, are scumbags. They're out there. The scumbags are out there. But it is the responsibility of the woman to express strength, power, assertiveness, and keep the flies away. Otherwise, there's always going to be men who are going to be hitting on every woman out there. That's why women are pretty good at, pushing men away when they're not interested. And when they're in a relationship, naturally, they shouldn't be interested. And if they are following that, which means they have respect and interest in their relationship, they wouldn't allow anybody to get closer than cordial behavior, if that's even allowed, let alone cheating. So if she cheated, that's the end of it. Get lost. That's silly. Elvis, how old are you? Where's your file? Where's your file? Elvis. 28, Texas. Yeah, I can't understand. 28, you just maybe a few years married, and she's cheating on you. Oh, just say bye-bye. Confront the guy what? The guy is at fault, but that's what most assholes do. They infringe on other people's relationship when they are. It is responsibility of your girlfriend or your wife or the woman to make it clear that there is no place for this asshole or any other one to hit on her. That's the way it should be. It's like, it's your responsibility to not get involved with another woman when you're married in a committed relationship. It's not a responsibility of your wife to constantly come around and check on you and so make sure that you know how to behave with the women who come on to you, or things that you see and you not approach them because you're already in a relationship. There's no end to this sexual possibilities. It can continue if you allow it to continue, because it's not like saying, oh, I've got 10 other women, then I'm okay. It's always going to be. So you got to make a decision. Do you want to build something, or you just want to nip here, nip there, and then just live like a little fly here and there, or sparrow, this branch, that branch, this branch, and build nothing? Same thing for women. So it is up to them to recognize their responsibility in a relationship. Not that, attention will come. If a woman doesn't know how to discourage attention of the men, well, that's not a woman to have any kind of relationship built with her, because she's always going to cause trouble. You can't expect men to not see or not close or not respond to a smile or whatever she's doing or she's reacting to. They will, because most men are assholes and they're not thinking. They're going after what they are, programmed to. But somebody got to think decent and proper and control matters. Yeah. So if she's not doing that, she's not worth going after. Yeah. And Elvis says, I share the same view. Thank you. You're welcome, Elvis, 28, Texas. All right, partners, it's time for me to saddle up. And at this time, I'd like to say, I had to refresh to see what we have here. So at this time, I'd like to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here and giving the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I hope it was enjoyable for you as it was for me. I'm a little bit slow tonight, but hey, it's somehow like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll go for a walk or something. So I look forward to talk to you guys again. And hopefully it'll be tomorrow. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.